Would you like to earn yourself some extra money this Christmas? Maybe you want to buy a gift for your friend, for your family. Maybe you want to donate some money to charity. Well, why don't you check out Profit Accumulator? So to find out more and to sign up, check the link in the description and get involved right now with Profit Accumulator.
Hi guys, welcome back to AFTV. Again, I've got a smile. I don't know how, because we lost again. How are you, Cecil?
I'm getting just, I keep saying,
You're getting numb to it. I'm getting a bit numb to it. I'm getting to the point where I'm like,
I'm getting to the point where I'm a man that enjoys Christmas. I'm a very family man. I enjoy Christmas.
Just talk about something completely different. How do you feel about Arsenal? I love Christmas. You know?
I mean, I really enjoy it. I like the presents. I like the family time. That's what it's come to. I'm just trying to divert any conversation about Arsenal right now. You have no idea.
In April, how are you feeling about summer? Well, you know, the leaves are coming out. It's quite like, what about Arsenal? Like, you just fair enough.
Just trying to stir away. Like, I keep waking up and looking at my phone and it's just pure abuse. But yeah, man, another loss. Again, I know it's a cup game, but I said this in the fan cams when I was interviewing people. Like, it may be a cup game, but it's just the way we're losing. Like, there's no.
I want to get away from this narrative of, I know it's only a cup game. Like that one really mattered to me.
Yeah.
And I know it did to you, and I know it did to some fans. A lot of fans didn't really care, but for me, like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's the manner of the defeat." I'm like, no, we lost 4-1 at home. Like the manner is part of that, but also we just got spanked at home.
Do you know
again?
What hurts me is if Arteta does leave or does go or does get sacked. If we went through that round, the next manager may, at least if we have something if we start picking up points, at least he's left something for.
You should have got through for the next guy.
That's literally what I'm trying to say. I know that it is harsh. Again, I'm still Arteta in, and I'm getting ridiculed for it. I have to laugh.
Are you Arteta in, or are you board and players out first?
Yeah,
then Arteta. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because that's kind of where I am.
The problems lie with the board. I don't want to keep talking. I mean, it's always been the board for me. But yeah, and also again the players as well. I don't think are good enough, so that's why I am kind of there. However, if we don't pick up points in December, which is looking likely to happen right now, then there's no other choice for him to leave. I don't want to see Arteta go, but what other choice do you have if you lose to Chelsea and Brighton?
If you're lingering around 15th, you don't leave yourself.
Exactly. I was just kind of adamant that I wanted him to have his window just to properly judge him, but I don't think he'll even get the chance to do that.
Could have had a semi-final to look forward to. But look, let's go into the match stats because
that's what we're here for today.
It is. It's we're here reviewing the stats. So, again, we don't have Graham. We should just reiterate that again. Obviously, because of the tiering restrictions and the pandemics, hopefully everyone's keeping safe. Shame we can't have him, but we'll have him back soon.
Yeah, he'll be back soon.
We'll be able
the
to.
The Tactical Insight show.
Back into the Tactical Insight show. We had a great return, and then anyway,
it's been short-lived. But you know what? While Arsenal are losing, it's all right that we don't have
I know what you mean. It's more fun to analyse when we were. Do you remember that Man United win? God.
Well, take your time with it, one.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to allude to that.
Oh, mate, stop it, Jay. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Right, the match stats. Here they are. So, we had 6 shots to their 13. So we lost in that area.
Yep.
They had 2 on target. Sorry, we had 2 on target. I wish they had 2. We had 2 on target. They had 7. Jules won, 32 for Arsenal, 53 for City. Not really a lot to read in there. But again, as expected, they made about 612 passes to our 462. I thought there were moments where we got on the ball a little bit, but we didn't look like doing anything. And then possession obviously reflects that with 57% possession to our 43. It was a pretty... The first 20 minutes were like the worst I've ever seen.
Arsenal, yeah. We was just saying.
Well, that's maybe I've seen us go down early, but that was really horrendous
bad
for a home game.
Sorry to cut you. I think the first 15 minutes was 85% to our 15.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was bad,
really
and
bad.
it never really. It picked up, but we scored. Martinelli looked like he might do something, and at one point we actually ended the half quite well. Second half, it was just shambolic. But let's Actually, I was going to talk about the Jesus goal, but before I do that, I want to sort of look at sort of where it went wrong for Arsenal from a tactical perspective before we talk about the goals and stuff.
Yep.
You can see here the average sort of shape of Arsenal's team versus City's team. I'm just looking at it, I'm just noticing how narrow they are compared to us. You know, the areas that Foden's operating in, that Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Jesus, all these players are getting in compared to our players, where you see, you know, Cedric's really tucked out wide, but you never felt like he was ever finding space out there. You know, you're seeing like an average positions here, and you're thinking, you know, Willock, he was meant to be our right winger, but he was more in field than Lacazette. Something just wasn't right throughout the game, was there, in our system, the way we set up?
I know you like the average positions breakdown and diagrams and stuff. From what I saw, and I looked at it as well this morning, I was like, okay, City are further up the field than us. They are, which, do you know what, it's probably expected. They're definitely a better attacking going forward than us, so I expected that. In regards to what you said about Cedric there, now this is quite an interesting stat. He was quite wide. Again, most things we speak about, we've mentioned before. Cedric, I said that the wingers, I said the fullbacks deliver most of crosses for us. Yeah. It's on record. I always say it, the wingers aren't doing their jobs. I don't know what their job is, but it can't be crossing and creating chances, because yeah, they do crosses, but they never lead to good opportunities. If you look at the record, there's normally zero good crosses as much as they get them in. However, Cedric yesterday, so I know it sounds I'm being quite blunt now, but I've just got past the point, you know, sometimes. So Cedric had a total of 3 crosses. That's the highest amount in the team yesterday. 1 being good, which I know that sounds crazy, but that out of the only person that matched that was Ceballos. Again, that's not a winger. That is our fullback and our midfielder. And Cedric had 3 open play crosses, higher than anyone else. So yeah, I mean, again, stats aren't everything. I understand that, but I think Cedric had an okay game. I don't think it was amazing, but not many of the team was amazing yesterday. Probably just Martinelli, in my opinion. Yeah, and Lacazette for the goal. So, I mean, it just goes to show, yeah, that he was very wide, but I think he'd done what he needed to do. I always say when Cedric plays, he just does a job. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's terrible. I think he just does a job. And if I'm honest, in a team like that of Arsenal at the moment, that's all you really need is players to do their job. I think a lot of players turn up for a match and they're just not doing their job. They turn up and just, I don't know what they do. I don't know if they're taking on the manager's instructions or if they're just going out there to play football. So that's what I took from that.
It didn't. None of it really looked right. I didn't really like the 11. I didn't really like the system. I didn't really like the way we set up. I'm even looking here. You know, don't get me wrong. Danny Ceballos was far from perfect yesterday. I defend the guy a lot because I do believe there's quality there. Unlike other players where I'm like, I don't even see where your quality is. I don't mean to be harsh, but you know, I'm looking at Danny Ceballos and I'm thinking Cedric, Willock, Maitland-Niles, Martinelli and Lacazette were all more advanced than him. But I associate Ceballos with being the player who could make something happen. You know, he's the one who actually does have that ability to pick a pass. So that was all disappointing. I'll then go into the pass matrix here. I mean, this just shows you, that we didn't have a clue as to where to go. The highest combination was a combined Mustafi to Cedric 14 times, but also Mustafi to Runnison. I mean, how many times is he going out wide or backwards? What happened to when we picked out that Man United game? Passes into midfield, Partey and Elneny receiving the ball a lot. It shows maybe how good Partey is at finding space and receiving the ball. But Elneny still played yesterday and we didn't have that same thing. Gabriel to Runnison, that was a combination of 11. Cedric to Mustafi 10 times, Elneny to Mustafi 10 times, and Kolasinac into Ceballos. That's the first time a central midfielder's received it. That was, up as high as 8 times. I mean, it wasn't great, really. I know you picked something out as well.
Right, yeah. So on this, guys, if people watching, before the game yesterday, obviously we have our pre-match build-up show. We break things down for you guys, and it's our favourite, and I think it's good for you guys to understand what we see and what you guys have your opinions. So we do it live, and this yesterday's theme was the midfield. I really wanted to hone in on the midfield. I feel I was never a midfielder, but I just feel the game heavily does get won from the midfield. So I want to look at our midfield, and it's very clear we're not at it. We're not to the level that we need to be. Now, the reason why I'm going back to it today is because I looked at Ceballos and Mohamed Elneny. And yes, again, I'm going to go to the pass matrix, which James just alluded to. But just to get a clear idea, now I spoke about Ceballos yesterday. I got a bit of side eye from the people in the studio when I said he's having an okay game. Yeah. Now, the stats do show that he had the most touches and the most successful passes. I think he had the highest amount of passes into the opposition half. However,
yeah, he did. Yeah,
he did. So
most interceptions as well, possession gained. He was high for all that.
So he was high for that. Yeah. So do you know what? I can say I may have been a bit wrong with just saying it was an okay game, but what I'm looking for my midfielder to do, especially Ceballos, is create chances and be more advanced. Now, when I look at the passing matrix, Ceballos, the person he passed to most in the game throughout the game was Kolasinac. So that then just shows it's negativity. Another person who's known to do it for doing that is Xhaka. He passes it back. And just so you guys know, Kolasinac's highest pass was back to Runnison. So again, it's all well and good. Okay, some of the stats do back up his Ceballos, but I just think I need you to be going forward, not giving it back to defenders, putting them under more pressure. You're supposed to be the outlet. And just to put the tip of the iceberg, obviously you'd think, okay, Ceballos is going back negatively, right? Maybe the other midfield, maybe Mohamed Elneny might have been trying to create passes forward, to create opportunities. So if you look at his pass matrix, he passed to Mustafi, his other centre back, 10 times. Is that right? Am I right? Yeah, 10 times.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So again, look for someone to go forward. He's doing exactly the same. A negative pass. Now I understand it's a game and we're trying to, I don't know, be defensive maybe. I don't know. But for me, I need the midfield to do more. I highlighted how good and strong Man City's midfield were against us and what they were going to do to us. I need our midfield to step up in that sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just the only thing. I had also, before I just quickly move on, had a stat from Man City on Phil Foden saying he has the highest, in the cup games, he has the highest amount of assists and goals. I think it's 5 assists, maybe 4 goals in 12. So, I mean, is there any more?
No, City have a contribution from midfield. That's the thing that we're ultimately trying to say here. City have players in midfield who contribute to the goals. It's not just on Jesus, Mahrez, Sterling, Foden, all those players to do it. It's Gundogan as well. It's Bernardo Silva. It's De Bruyne. So no, I completely agree with you there. Should we look at that first goal?
Let's go.
Because that was, just what a terrible start to the match. You just think, this goes back to Sunday League. Sometimes you just say, just stay in it. Just get through that first 5-10 minutes, feel your way into the game. And we didn't. Listen to this. Gabriel Jesus scored his first goal in 609 minutes in all competitions for Manchester City since netting against Liverpool back in November. Only us, isn't it? Only us. The guy has not been scoring goals. And City haven't really been at their best. But there you go, come flying out of the blocks, boom. 1-0 up, 3 minutes in.
I know, he hasn't scored since November, but the funny thing is we haven't won a Premier League game since November. It's like, like we're saying how awful that is. It's like, we haven't even won since then.
I know,
So in comparison, I'm just like, Yeah, I know. It was a catalogue of errors for me, that goal. I thought Cedric needed to do more to block the cross, but I appreciate that's not always possible. Mustafi, when you're in that area, you defend the front post. I don't think he did. Runnison. I just sneezed in the middle of the show. Oh, jeez, coronavirus.
I'm all right. That was, maybe I'm catching a cold. No, I'm all right. No, don't worry, I'm good. The Runnison comes out, has got to deal with that. And then he doesn't. So if your goalkeeper does that, you've got to come out and get it. But then Gabriel, he's the one who can see the bigger picture and doesn't deal with it.
Yeah.
So
do you know what? I'm gonna do this today for that goal. For that goal, I'm just gonna say well done for the goal because
really.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say about the defender because
I think we should be defending it better.
I hear your point, but I'm being hypocritical because I have said I don't think the players are good enough. And if I'm honest, the way he made that run into between the defenders, I actually think was top class. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, we could have done more, but I just feel I've said the players aren't good enough. I think Gabriel, I'm not going to slate too much because he has been excellent for us. People are saying, now this is 2 games on a run. He hasn't played well, but come on, look who he's surrounded by. And your levels can drop when you're just the really, really world-class, world-beater players. They bring up the team and they level up. But I think Gabriel's still young, and when you're surrounded by players I think are inept, I think his level's going to drop. But I'm just going to I'm going to say the goal yesterday from the run between the defenders, it was good. But that's on that point.
Well, you are a striker, so you are going to praise him.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
We then got back in it. Lacazette goal, Martinelli, great work. He puts in a great cross. Obviously, it's then headed out. the ball comes back to me, a lovely sort of dinked cross, isn't it? He's looked for Lacazette and just put it in a dangerous area. I like that. I mean, here's Martinelli stats. He played 47 minutes. In that 47, obviously he went off with the injury, managed to have a shot on goal, got an assist, a key pass, which I think counts as the assist. He's offside twice. Now, I know people are like, well, why is that good? Well, I just quite like that he's stretching the defence. I quite appreciate that in itself. And 2 crosses from open play. Look, he actually didn't, in reflection, he didn't do as much as I thought he did statistically, but he was running around getting involved, doesn't he?
No, I really liked Martinelli. I have done previously, like I've been waiting for his return as well, as I'm sure many Arsenal fans as well agree. We've been waiting for his return. He looks the profile, and I fully understood when Arteta had that press conference and said he is the type of player that we need back in the squad. His tenacity and the way he presses and his intensity, like that's what Arteta wants. And I saw that yesterday. I actually saw a player like running for his life, like hunting down. Do you know what? There was a moment in the game as well, just to back this up, there was a moment in the game where the camera panned to him and he had his hands on his hips, and I'm going to be cheeky here, he looked a bit, not overweight, but for a footballer, he looked a bit like...
Who did, sorry?
Martinelli, I'm being serious. Like I thought... I don't think he's fully fit yet. And he's not, he clearly isn't, because he hasn't played. No, I'm being dead serious.
Nah.
I'm gonna get the clip up. He had his hands on his waist and he was doing this. Like, but that's not a bad. That's not. He's tired. Yeah, no, that's
he's not overweight.
No, I just think I'm gonna show. I know I'm gonna get done for this, but I'm telling you.
Do you know the guy's been like, he's been building over his injury. Like he's.
Well, maybe okay. He might have added. He definitely looked a bit more plumper than when this is gonna sound mad. People are like, what is Cecil on? Then when I saw him before his injury, but I'm telling you, yesterday. I saw him and his fitness and the way he was tired. I was like, I appreciate that, because I know you've been chasing a man down, working hard, but I don't see that from any other player. I'm going to be honest, I don't see you
call him overweight instead. You're the worst.
No, allow me.
Let's look at the second goal now. All eyes on Runnison, and we will talk about him. And I do feel sorry for the guy, but there's 2 other culprits in this we need to talk about. Gabriel concedes the foul. Now, I know Mahrez' trickery, but it was a feature of his game, Gabriel, yesterday. I thought he struggled like he did against Southampton as well. He conceded 4 goals in the match, and no other Arsenal player conceded more than 1. Interesting stat for you there. But then after that, okay, fine. Now Mahrez has to put it in the back of the net. We'll get to Runnison first. Before he even gets to him, Kolasinac is in the wall, and shout out to Eddie Longbridge on Twitter, one of my favourite Arsenal Twitter accounts. He pointed out that, what's Kolasinac doing? If you watch it back, guys, Mahrez takes it and Kolasinac sort of moves out the way, kind of ducks, but then realises it's going past him, so sort of flicks ahead at it. It's really poor. You've got to be defending that. And Runnison, now let's talk about him, positioning all over the place. I mean, there was one in the first half when I was thinking, what's he doing here? He's basically saying, put it there. And then Mahrez thought, actually, no, I'm going to put it where you are. Do you know what I mean? I just thought that was fascinating. Like, I've never seen anything like it. And I said in my fan cam, it was humiliating for Runnison. I do feel sorry for him. But it was humiliating, like, not in the way I expected it would be.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to loop it over. We're going to go, what is your positioning? But actually, he made it a little worse. I feel for the guy, but,
yeah,
it's not... But sorry, we've actually managed to not mention Arteta thus far. But, and I know we can't be on this for too long, but he chose to play Runnison. And we all knew that Runnison didn't look ready for this level. We all knew it from watching in the Europa League, right? Leno does not need a rest, but he played Runnison instead in a quarter-finals of a cup competition. I think that is disgraceful from the manager. I really do. I'm sure there's potential in Runnison. I'm sure he might come good. Like, we've seen it. Fabianski had howlers and he left an FA Cup hero. Like, this can happen. This can turn around. Like, Runnison, hold your head up. Like, it's not... You'll still get opportunities. This will turn around. But I just think on his recent form, he should never have played that match.
It's frustrating me, James. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say too much on it. It's frustrating me. Really? just the whole... Like, that whole... Everything about it, when the spot kick got put down and I started filming straight away, you saw me, you was with me.
Yeah.
I said, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Look how much space he's leaving, what's going on? I was thinking, what's going on? And then he strikes that. Instead of attacking the whole space that he's left, which is a wide amount of space. I'm no goalkeeper coach. I've never been a goalkeeper, but I could see he left loads of space. Instead of attacking that, he actually went, you know what? I'm actually going to give you. I'm going to put the ball where you are, exactly where you are. I'll give you a chance. And obviously, it's a mistake, like you said. I'm not going to go too hard on him. I'm not going to. He's not young. He's 20. He's our age. So he's our age.
Young for a goalkeeper, to be fair.
Yeah, but when you're, which again we're setting for mediocrity here, but when you're playing for Arsenal, like you have to take the weight of the badge and the club and what the pressures that come with it. Like you have to be at a level. You're at the Arsenal Football Club. Like we sold Martinez for you. Like come on, you're the number 2 now. You need to step up. Our number 2 was arguably currently one of the top 3 top 3 in the league right now. It's a big push, but no, it's true. So you got to step up, and Arteta, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Leno didn't start. I don't know why Leno didn't start. That was one of the most surprising things for me in the starting 11. But
yeah, I agree. Let's quickly finish on the third and fourth goal, because by this point the game was done. I think Foden's goal was a result of just a bad press. Like it, was sort of chasing, but then it's passed down the line. Cedric goes, and then Mustafi has to cover. And then the ball's through to Foden, and Gabriel's like, well, it wasn't my man, but suddenly it is. And it's just, Andy was slightly offside, but whatever. I'm not going to focus on that.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
It kind of was. Like, those are, unlike the first one, which you've been crediting just City and Jesus with, I think that was just a good goal. Yeah. We're deflated, it's a sucker punch. They're like, we knocked you down, we knock you down again kind of thing.
Yeah, like, as a fan, listen, so sometimes I can be like, I get it. Like, I get it. You're playing against top class players. Yes, okay, City drew to West Brom. So there's an argument to be like, come on, they weren't great. And we played the B team, really. But I can see when I can understand a good goal and I can commend it. And sometimes as defenders, you may not be to that level where you can stop things like that. And that is what I saw yesterday with that goal, especially. And yeah, Jesus is, I think the run, I just think, do you know what? I throw my hands up and say fair play. Yes, there's little elements that could have been better, but it's still a good goal. The offside, but it was offside. But this is football, isn't it?
I agree. The fourth goal for me, it's put into the box. Runnison doesn't come and claim it. Fine, he's probably lacking confidence at that point. But I'm looking at Mustafi. I'm thinking, you've not picked up a man. You step up. Yep. It's gone behind you. Kolasinac again, a bit like a. And by the way, there's no agendas here. I picked on Gabriel for seeing the bigger picture in the first goal and not dealing with it. Kolasinac again can see the bigger picture, and I know, maybe it's easy when you watch it back and it's in slow motion and all that, but in that moment, I feel someone should be taking responsibility. And 2 players who I said in my fan cam, I wondered if I'd regret it, and I don't. We don't want them there. They don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Arteta doesn't want them.
Yeah.
That's clear to everyone.
Why were they even involved?
So why were they involved? Why did they start? And by the way, that's not me criticising the players. That's the reality of the situation they're in. They want to leave as much as we don't want them. We're all cool. We all agree, that nobody wants this at the club anymore.
This is not an attack.
And that's fine. Thank you for your service. There have been some good cup wins and some good performances, but it's not worked out ultimately. And it looked like the defending of 2 players who, maybe with 3-1 down, thought there was no hope in the game left, but they also felt that there was nothing to salvage from a, respect to fans' perspective or for the club or anything. It just looked, and I thought their performances kind of showed it. Kolasinac, nice through ball to Balogun, make it, doesn't, cuts inside, and you're like, that's just little things like that. I'm like, it's not working. No. It's a small thing, but I think just over the years it's built up. And
I get it. I think I've also said before as well, like the defensive line is always getting chopped and changed. Yeah. So it's not like they've not played together before, but there's no cohesion within the back line, and that from the get-go just unsettles the team. Yeah. Leaves you with lack of confidence. Like, I don't know how you want to play. I don't know if you want to step up. Don't get me wrong, this is partly the manager's fault. This should all been set in training, and how you want to play and if you step up when and where, or you should have a relationship with your other defenders. Like, you should know how each other plays. However, every week, it's not always Arteta's fault. This is not me backing them either, because I think those 2 players we mentioned shouldn't have been starting anyway. But there's no cohesion. They don't know what they're doing when they're playing together. They don't understand their relationships, and I think that's just, it's a problem in itself.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, guys, I'm sorry we couldn't come with anything happier.
I'm not even sorry anymore.
No, I know what you mean. It's not our fault.
Yeah, it's literally, obviously it was mentioned on Sky Sports about Mika Rich saying about AFTV and the pressure of it and stuff, and it's like, come on, like if the team does well, we commend them. Like, we're fans, guys. We're fans at the end of the day. We're fans first. Yes, we have knowledge in certain areas, but we're also fans first. We want the team to succeed. If you're not doing your job, then we're gonna have an opinion about it. Like, and if I'm honest, it's normally always fair anyway.
Yeah.
Agreed?
I agree.
Yeah.
Can't defend what we saw yesterday, but what we can ask you to do is go to AFTV VIP on the AFTV Mobi app.
Yep.
Go vote in the poll. Check out AFTV Picks. How's your touch? Has our episode come out yet?
Not yet. How's your touch?
Watch me school Cecil soon. That's coming up.
It's a good episode.
It is good fun and lots of other content. Anyway, thanks, Cecil.
Thank you.
Sorry, did I miss something? Yeah.
Just before we go,
I missed something.
No, you didn't miss anything. I just want to
okay.
say a Merry Christmas to everyone watching.
Oh, of course.
Don't let Arsenal get you down. It's really difficult, but yeah, thank you all for watching. It's tough times this year, but thank you for keeping it plugged to AFTV, and we still have plenty of content for you coming up.
Would you like to earn yourself some extra money this Christmas? Maybe you want to buy a gift for your friend, for your family. Maybe you want to donate some money to charity. Well, why don't you check out Profit Accumulator? With the help of Profit Accumulator, you can learn an easy way to earn some extra money by using a thing called match betting. Match betting is a safe and risk-free way to make money from free bets and promotional offers given out by bookmakers. And when done correctly, you can't lose. So to find out more and to sign up, check the link in the description and get involved right now with Profit Accumulator.